Stop what you're doing. Right now, as you watch this video, someone in your life is using a psychological weapon against you that's more addictive than cocaine. And you have no idea it's happening. I'm about to show you something that will make you question every relationship you've ever had. There's a reason why that woman keeps you guessing, why your boss gives you just enough praise to keep you working late, why that friend only calls when they need something. They're all using the same psychological trap. And if you don't learn what I'm about to reveal in the next 8 minutes, you'll spend the rest of your life as someone else's puppet. Here's the disturbing part. This technique was discovered by accident in a psychology lab in the 1950s. But what the scientist found was so powerful, so dangerous, that manipulative people have been weaponizing it against men ever since. Have you ever noticed how the people who treat you the worst are often the ones you think about the most? That's not a coincidence. That's not bad luck. That's psychological warfare. While you've been taught to be a good man, they've been playing by completely different rules. The technique has a name. It's called variable reinforcement. And once I explain how it works, you'll never be vulnerable to it again. But first, let me ask you something that might make you uncomfortable. Think about the last time someone made you feel really good about yourself. How long did that feeling last? Hours? Days? And what did you do to try to get that feeling back? What I'm about to tell you will explain why you did exactly what they wanted you to do. In 1957, a psychologist named B.F. Skinner made a discovery that changed everything we know about human behavior. He wasn't trying to create a manipulation technique. He was just studying pigeons. But what he found was terrifying. He discovered that unpredictable rewards create stronger addiction than consistent rewards. Think about it. A slot machine doesn't pay out every time. If it did, you'd get bored. But because you never know when it will pay out, you keep pulling that lever. Now think about your relationships. The people who have the most power over you, are they the ones who are consistently nice? Or are they the ones who are unpredictably nice? Here's where it gets sinister. Manipulative people figured out that men respond to this differently than women. We're wired to compete, to prove ourselves, to earn respect. So they use our strength against us. That woman who texts you back immediately sometimes and ignores you for days. She's not busy. She's not playing hard to get. She's programming your brain. Your boss who occasionally acknowledges your work but mostly takes credit. He's not absent-minded. He's controlling you. And here's the most disturbing part. The more unpredictable they become, the more addicted you become to their approval. But wait, it gets worse. Research shows that 73% of men caught in variable reinforcement traps will actually defend the person manipulating them. They'll make excuses. They'll blame themselves. They'll work harder for less. Why? Because your brain interprets the manipulation as a game to be won instead of a trap to escape. But I promised you I'd show you how to break free. And what I'm about to reveal next will give you power you never knew you had. Here's the shocking truth about variable reinforcement. Once you see the pattern, you can never unsee it. And once you understand it, you become immune to it. First revelation. Every manipulator follows the same 4-stage process. They hook you with consistent positive reinforcement. Then they randomly withdraw it. Next, they make you chase after sporadic rewards. Finally, they make you work harder for less. But here's what they don't want you to know. You can break this cycle in less than 14 days. Start documenting their behavior patterns. I mean, literally write it down. When do they respond? When don't they? Within 2 weeks, you'll see the manipulation clear as day. But documentation is just the beginning. The real power move is emotional independence. Set fixed standards for how you expect to be treated. Not flexible standards, not negotiable standards. Fixed standards. If someone can't meet your baseline consistently, They don't earn access to your time, your energy, or your attention. And here's the advanced strategy that separates men who get respect from men who get used. You flip the script. Instead of responding to their variable reinforcement, you create your own. You become strategically unpredictable in your availability and attention. Watch what happens when the person trying to manipulate you suddenly can't predict your responses. They'll either respect your boundaries or remove themselves from your life. Either way, you win. Let me be clear about what just happened. You just learned to recognize and defeat one of the most powerful psychological manipulation techniques ever discovered. You're no longer vulnerable to the variable reinforcement trap. You're no longer going to chase after people who give you scraps of attention. But knowledge without action is worthless. So here's what you're going to do. Today, not tomorrow. Today, you're going to identify one person in your life who's been using variable reinforcement against you. Start documenting their patterns. Set your fixed standards. Begin strategic reciprocity. Because every day you don't implement this, you're losing respect, influence, and power. Go to the comments and tell me about one variable reinforcement pattern you've recognized in your own life. Don't name names. Describe the pattern. If this video opened your eyes to psychological manipulation you didn't know was happening, subscribe for more strategic psychology that gives you the tactical advantage in every situation. You're not the same man who started watching this video. You're stronger, you're smarter, and you're no longer anyone's puppet. Now go prove it.